Hello, welcome to our News Broadcast Daily, and following are today's headlines.
Petrol price hike will drive consumer price index up by 0.1%. Leading internet security firm calls for efforts to fight online attacks. Tua Tien Hui province seeks ways to attract more tourists.
The state budget deficit for the first half of the year has been estimated at $4.35 billion, 57% of the annual plan set by the National Assembly. The statistics was released by the Ministry of Finance at a conference in Hanoi on July 19th.
The Ministry of Finance said the country's total budget collection in the first half of the year reached $16.58 billion. The sum is equivalent to a 4.5% rise against the same period last year, meeting 43.7% of the annual target. Domestic revenues only met 43.3% of the yearly target, the lowest level seen at this stage in the past 4 years. The country's total expenditure in the period surged 7.5% from last year, reaching $20.88 billion and meeting nearly 46% of the annual target. Of this amount, spending for socio-economic development and administrative management rose 11.6% against the same period last year. Payment for foreign aid was up 2.8% year-on-year. The ministry estimated that this year's state budget collection would be cut by $819.2 million due to tax exemptions and extensions.
The recent rise in petrol prices will drive the consumer price index up by 0.1%, according to the Ministry of Finance. Our reporters have more.
The ministry's price management department said the basic cost of petrol before the price adjustment was $720 to $988 per litre, higher than the selling price. It said petrol suppliers should have increased the price by 900 Vietnam dong per litre to offset their losses. In this case, a sharp rise in consumer price index is inevitable, tremendously affecting production. To avoid this, the Ministry of Finance has considered cutting oil and petrol companies' profits by 2/3, from 3,000 dong to 100 dong per litre. In addition, each 100 dong of every litre sold was sourced from the Petrol Price Stabilization Fund in effort to reduce the difference. Despite the ministry's efforts, the real cost of petrol remains 426 to 470 dong per litre, more than the price at the pumps. On July 17th, the price of unleaded petrol increased by 460 dong per litre, setting a new record of 24,570 dong per litre.
VNA Mazda, a subsidiary of Mazda Motors in Vietnam, has exported the first batch of 25 cars to Laos. The company expects to export about 300 vehicles to regional countries this year.
The first batch included cars models Mazda 2, Mazda 3, and Mazda CX-5 in different colors. VNA Mazda said the cost for export meet the global standards of Mazda model and will be sent out under schedule. During 2011, the company sold over 600 cars in Vietnam market. Located at Chu Lai Open Economic Zone in the Central Province of Quảng Nam, VNA Mazda's chain of 20 showrooms has been operating nationwide. The company expects to make a sale of 3,000 units this year.
Vietnam's leading internet security firm BKAV wants more to be done to fight online attacks on Vietnamese websites. In the past fortnight, several Vietnamese online newspapers, including the popular Dân Trí and Tuổi Trẻ sites, have been inaccessible to users following attacks known as distributed denial of service.
BKAV said during one of the attacks, hackers controlled a large number of computers to access a website at the same time, causing the network bandwidth to overload. Solving this problem quickly or over time depends on individual computer systems. On average, a website can transfer 1 gigabyte of data per second. However, when a site is attacked, it generates up to 10 gigabytes per second, which simply overloads the system. BKAV also said that affected newspapers did not seem to be aware of the need for technical support from outside. Both Vietnam's Computer Emergency Response Team and BKAV have not received any requests for help from the newspapers so far. More than half of local agencies, organisations and enterprises do not have their own information security staff. Another 24% have to hire professional service providers to enhance information security. A report produced by Vietnam's Computer Emergency Response Team unveiled a high demand for information security training in Vietnam. According to the survey, more than 83% of state agencies want information security training. 60% said information security personnel must possess professional certificates.
Thừa Thiên Huế province will conduct a series of special programs to attract more tourists to its complex of monuments, a World Cultural Heritage Site.
According to the Huế Relics Preservation Center, in addition to already launched tourism Golden Weeks, the center plans 2 promotion weeks in September and December. There are also an array of exhibitions showcasing artifacts marking 20 years since the complex was recognized as a World Cultural Heritage by UNESCO. During the events, tourists will enjoy free electric bus service from the Royal Palace to Huế Royal Antique Museum. They will be provided with a 50% reduction in ticket prices for Huế Royal Court music. The center said by July 19th, more than 1.14 million people, half of them are foreigners, visited the complex of Huế monuments. Revenues from tourism reached over 74 billion dong, or nearly 71% of the yearly target.
The Vietnam Museum of Ethnology has organized a special exhibition offering visitors an insight into the traditional customs of the Hmong ethnic people. We went along to take a look.
The Hmong ethnic minority house on display at the Vietnam Museum of Ethnology used to be owned by Thao Phan Kay's family in Phu Luong Commune, Mu Cang Chai District, Yen Bai Province. Today he takes the chance to view the house, which is kept exactly how his ancestors would have seen it. The house is the same as when I lived in it as a child, except for a minor upgrade to the roof. There are 10 houses featuring the living customs of ethnic minorities of Vietnam at the museum. Each house is genuine, chosen from buildings that have distinguished and specific characteristics in the housing culture of the ethnic groups. The Hmong house was chosen from various researches and field trips, boasting the most unique traditional traits and the most traditional style of Hmong ethnic people in Mu Cang Chai District, Yen Bai Province. The houses are built to cope with the weather pattern of the locality. Yen Bai has relatively cold weather. Therefore, houses in the province feature such characteristics as low-lying posture, a flat roof, and only a few windows. These reflect the ethnic people's adaptation to the weather. It took more than 9 months for a 7-member team to move the house to the museum. They dismantled, transported and reassembled the home using the traditional techniques of Hmong people to reset the building, in which hammers were the main tools. No modern tools are used to connect parts of the house, only hammers and bamboo flat strings. In a fast-changing society and economy, Hmong ethnic people have adapted to more modern ways of constructing houses, such as using new materials and changing the shapes of some components. Such cultural exchanges will help further preserve and uphold the traditional values of ethnic people. In the time to come, the museum also plans to introduce the traditions of Dao, Thai and Bana people.
And that comes to the end of our news today. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.